Well, hi, beautiful friends. Laurel here, and I am here to share with you about my upcoming class, Divine Artistry with Midjourney. And maybe you're watching this and the class has already happened, but you're still interested in Midjourney. And so I'm here to give you a little bit of an introduction and to share with you what we can expect in the class. So let's start off with what is Midjourney. You might be hearing about this for the first time. Well, Midjourney is an AI program. AI stands for artificial intelligence, where you provide it with a text link, such as an angel in a meditation garden, and then it creates an image for you that is in alignment with the text that you shared with it. So it's such a joyful program to use. And in my class, this is what we're going to be learning how to do. I'll be teaching you how to use Midjourney. I want to show you some images that I've created with Midjourney already. And this is for my upcoming deck, the Earth Angels Oracle. But for instance, here's this beautiful happy angel that represents happiness. I know that's a little blurry. Um, I love this one for higher self. This beautiful one represents enchantment. I love this gentle one for gentleness, very appropriate. But before we start talking about too much about the class, you're still probably wondering, I still don't get what Midjourney is. So I'm going to give you a demonstration. So I'm going to screen share with you. So bear with me for just a second. This is not necessarily going to be an intense how-to, but it's going to give you a sense on how it works. So give me just a second and let's share. I'll share my screen with you. Okay, here we go. This is Midjourney. I actually just started a new account to share the demonstrations with you. So if you sign up, this is what you will see. You're going to wind up going over, well, I'll teach you all this in the class, but you go over to Midjourney, you create your account. It is required that you have a paid account to use it. So you either can do a $10 account, a $30 account, or a $60 account. Start off with a $10 account and see if you like it. You can do monthly billing and it works really well. So I just started this account as a demo account. So the way Midjourney works is you start with a prompt. It's all about prompt writing. Every prompt begins with your forward slash and you put in the word imagine. So now I'm going to just type a prompt. So I'm going to start off with an angel in a meditation garden. Pretty simple, right? I have no idea what we're going to get from this very simple prompt, but I'm going to hit enter. And what's going to happen is it's going to start developing this artwork for me. Depending on whether you're using the fast service or the relaxed service depends on how quickly the image will be rendered. It will create 4 different images for you to choose from. And if you don't like any of the 4 of them, you can have it re-render the items for you. But as you can see in real time, this is what it's creating for me. And this may or may not be the style of artwork that I want. So I'll give you a close-up on what those look like. Let's say that's not quite what I had in mind. I'm going to create a different prompt. I'm going to go forward slash imagine an angel in a meditation garden. So that part I liked. In the style of vibrant rainbow colors. It's happy and inspiring. Again, I don't know what it's going to create, but you'll be able to see fairly quickly how the AI model begins to adapt to the prompt I'm giving it. You're going to see artwork that looks relatively different than what I got the first time around. And you can see how quickly this is happening. And you can also have it begin to render images So while this is rendering, I can still type in another one. So let's say, imagine I used to have a Maine Coon cat. So maybe I'll say a Maine Coon cat with angel wings. Maybe I want a lovely artistic rendering of my cat who I miss. So let's look and see what we got. Now, these are more vibrant, more delightful to me anyways. I especially love this one here, this first one. So once I find one that I like, you'll see that you've got this grid underneath. The hues, this is image 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I like this one, I'll say, give me an upscale of image 1. That's U1. Or if I want to see other variations of this, I can say, show me different variations of this image with V1. Again, I'm going to teach you all of this in class, and we're going to go much slower than I'm going right now. But look at this beautiful image we just created in, what, 60 seconds? So if you are creating posts for social media, you can have beautiful artwork that reflects your brand's colors, your themes, and really create beautiful things. So let's see, did our Maine Coon get created yet? I don't think so, but here's variations of that image. Maybe there's one we like even better. This one's kind of pretty here, right? This would be 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's upscale 4. And let's see what's happening with my Maine Coon. I don't see my Maine, it's waiting to start. So it'll show up pretty soon. And here's our image again. Again, you could put a beautiful quote with this and create a lovely, inspiring poster for social media if that's what you're seeking to do. And listen, this is just the first drop in the bucket of what you can do with Midjourney. And this is one of the reasons I'm so excited about it. Oh, our Maine Coon is happening here. Let's see. Again, I don't know that this style of artwork is really speaking to me, but let's see what else we can do with it. I can also respin this prompt. So if I respin it, it's going to create it again. But I could also just take this prompt and say, show me a Maine Coon cat in the style of visionary art. Again, I don't quite know what the AI is going to interpret as visionary art, but that's me telling it I don't necessarily want this to be a photograph. And let's see what it becomes. So it's giving me another variation of the same prompt, which tends to be more photographic based, which I'm not as excited about, but let's see what it does when I ask it to create something with visionary art. But here's what it created again. So, but still pretty cool, right? This image we just created in about 60 seconds. So now you can see the style of this is changing because I said, create this image in the style of visionary art. So we've got something completely different. Again, these can make really cool graphics for social media. If you wanted to do your own oracle cards, if you wanted to create a book of some kind, this stuff is beautiful. All right, so I'm going to stop screen sharing now and come back and talk to you a little bit more about Midjourney and the class. So why do you need a class for this? You don't really, just so you know. Almost everybody who's using Midjourney right now is self-taught because Midjourney is relatively new. It was developed, I think it launched last year, and it continues to advance. There continues to be new variations and new capabilities. So you easily can go and learn this on your own if you are, if that's what you choose to do. I'm offering this class because I know that many of you can sometimes feel intimidated by learning new technology. So that's the first piece. I'm going to teach you how to do this. We're going to do little pieces at a time. There are a lot of capabilities in Midjourney. I probably know 10%, 5%, if I'm really being honest, of what Midjourney can do, but I'm going to share the 5% with you. So the tips and tricks that I've learned that has helped me to create beautiful images like this one, I'm going to help you find your own style, and I'm going to give you some ideas on how to write your prompts and how to change some of the variables so that you can create artwork that you love. The other thing that I want to share with you that I think is even more powerful or as important is helping you connect with your vision, your divine artistry. And here's what I mean by that. As light workers, right? If you're here, it's because this world of angels, of divinity, of divine inspiration speaks to your heart. And where do we find or create images that speak to what we carry in our inner vision? I've been in business for a long time. I launched my business in 2006. I have easily spent hundreds and hundreds of hours searching for stock photos and stock art that reflected the images that I wanted to use to move my business forward. It's not easy to do. Do you know how hard it is to find a stock image of a plus-sized angel? Almost impossible. The beautiful thing that Midjourney does is it allows us to create artwork or photographs, quote photographs, that reflect this vision. I have plus size angels in my deck. I have images that reflect diversity. I have images that reflect the higher self that I've never seen images that look like that before. So there's this vision that you carry within you. Maybe it's specific colors. Maybe it's sparkles of light that represent divine knowingness. I want to teach you how to use Midjourney to reflect the vision you carry. What are some of the images you would be thrilled to be able to create? And something that really just spoke to me so much about Midjourney is when Midjourney delivered something I hadn't even imagined before that was so profoundly beautiful, it brought me to tears. I'm going to see, let me see if I can find one. This is one of them. This is an image, this is for my card, the wise one. And when I saw her, I wanted to cry. I just thought, oh my God, there is something about her that so speaks to my heart. Let me see if I can find another one. This woman who I co-created with Midjourney, and she represents experience. Like, I love her energy. I love her vitality. She speaks to me. Talking about women of size, she is on my celebrate card. I wanted bodies that look like bodies that I see all the time. You know, I didn't want to create a deck of angel cards that just had the traditional thin, young, blonde angel on it. I'm sure there might be some thin blonde angels in here because then that's fine if there is, but I wanted to create other images. This is the image I created for my relationship card. I love that it's sort of non-binary. It's not your traditional picture that you would think you would have on a relationship card. So it's a fascinating experience. Look at this for authentic power. Isn't that stunning? You know, when you think about when we're connecting with our divine self, what is that? Well, this is one of the first images I've ever seen that helps portray what it is I experience when I think of our divine self. So to me, Midjourney is a miracle. And it's relatively easy to learn how to do. It's very accessible. You will need a paid subscription. Again, you can opt in at the $10 level. A couple of things to say. There is controversy right now about Midjourney based on the fact that it fed in, I think, billions with a B, I'm not quite sure, of images to train the AI. And the artists and photographers whose images were fed in to create the AI were not compensated, nor were they asked for their permission. So there's controversy around that. Also, still to be determined is ultimately, what does copyright law look like when it comes to images created by AI? I'm not a copyright attorney. Do not take my advice about this. But my understanding is Midjourney retains copyrights of these images. Us as creators, we do not get to claim copyright on them, but we have permission to use the images, which was fine for me as a small business. That works for me. I'm hoping that they figure out some way to create opt-in for artists or opt-out for artists to not have their images used in the system to build the AI. I think AI is a whole new landscape of how are we going to handle what has been fed in to AI to create the AI engines, just like with ChatGPT and other things. But for now, I have personally really been enjoying this journey with Midjourney. Every day I create new images and they take my breath away, and I feel even more connected with my inner world as I see images that reflect the archetypal energies and visions that I see. They surprise me every single time I do this. So this is what I'm going to teach you over the next 6 weeks. I'm going to teach you how to use Midjourney and how to use Midjourney for you in a way that's meaningful to you. Listen, there's a lot to learn about Midjourney, so this is not a super intensive, you're going to know everything there is to know about Midjourney class. Rather, this is a class that if you, like me, are a light worker, and this idea of learning to create these images that might reflect something you carry in your heart and bring them to life, I'm going to teach you how to do that with Midjourney. It's going to be a great class. I can't wait to share it with you. And in the meanwhile, I am just so grateful for the opportunity to share this with you. And maybe this is all you need. Maybe you're not guided to take a class, but you're going to watch a bunch of YouTube videos and figure out Midjourney for yourself. You're totally invited to do that. That's what I did because there aren't a lot of Midjourney classes out there. Most people are self-taught. So if you go the way of being self-taught, you have my absolute blessing. And if you'd like to take a class with me, because classes are delightful and we have a good time and I'd love to hold space for you, welcome and join me. All right, my friends, you take good care and have an awesome, awesome day, night, or wee hours of the morning, whatever time it is where you are. Thank you.